Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is a horror movie review and I'll be having a look at the British horror film Gnaw. Now this movie is described on the front as kind of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the UK, and it's certainly influenced by that kind of movie and movies of that ilk. And basically it tells the story of a group of friends going on holiday for a kind of weekend away in the country, where they happen to sort of stay in this kind of old farmhouse, which of course is run and operated by a kind of family of cannibals. Ultimately, one by one, obviously they're kind of picked off and ultimately served up to the others unbeknowingly. So it's a very, very basic plot. It's very, very cliche. There's nothing here that you haven't seen in other films, and this is kind of going to be the main criticism of this movie, is it really is just a kind of cliche fest. Now the movie starts with a kind of prologue with various kind of missing sort of persons and stuff, all of which we're obviously led to believe that has kind of gone missing with these sort of cannibals. And even that kind of intro has been seen countless times before in kind of these horror films. Now we look at the actual characters here. I mean, they're very sort of broad stereotypes. You've kind of got the nice guy. You've kind of got the the idiot jerk who's cheating on his girlfriend. So there's very sort of typical kind of sort of characters, if that makes sense. And none of them are really sort of fleshed out. Only sort of one female character is really sort of given any sort of depth, and even that is very sort of minor. The actual killer itself is kind of this particular guy, and he kind of wears this strange kind of furry mask, which looks like an Ewok. So it's not particularly threatening, and he does take it off from time to time, and he's kind of pulls all these kind of, well, I guess they're meant to be sort of scary faces, but why would you do that? I mean, I don't know. It just kind of, it looks just a bit stupid ultimately. Now I wouldn't say it's a terrible film, but it's just very, very by the numbers, and it's certainly not outstanding in anything. I mean, even kind of the music is very sort of generic, and the gore is kind of I suppose there's a lot of blood in it, but most of the action, I guess, is kind of off camera or slightly sort of just not, so you don't see it in full effect. You see kind of a lot of blood sort of like coming down the side and stuff, but you don't actually see a lot of the kind of the gore cuts itself, if that makes sense. So even for Gorehound, it's not going to be a particularly good movie. Overall, it's very, very lackluster, and there's not anything I can particularly say, oh, it's good in this area. I have seen worse films like in this kind of vein, I would say, but this is a below average film, and there's nothing really I can sort of say to go, oh, it's you might like it if you like these kind of films, because there's so many other films that are better than this. So I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 10. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts on it? Leave me a comment. I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.